because there are so many different facets of it. So what I'm going to be discussing with you primarily are some of my ideas and concepts and some of my experiences. They may not be the same as yours, but I will hope that they will be able to shed some light on you and what you're doing. I would also, the latter part of our discussion, I will have questions and answers so that I might be able to give you my opinions. Because you see, that's all they are, my opinions and my experiences. And so I would like to discuss with you first, at the beginning of Lions Clubs International's history, we would have individuals that would actually go out and organize clubs. At one time, there was a large group that were paid. They were called extension reps. Is that correct? And the extension reps did a good job, and they would go into areas and put in large numbers of clubs, 7, 8, 10, in a district at a time. Then it came, I guess, whenever we got to our largest, our most, as far as the U.S. is concerned, it seemed to get too expensive. So they actually stopped sending out the extension reps, as they were called. And since that time, it seems like that our membership across North America has dwindled. So whenever I was president, I was trying to find a way to bring this program back. And so we developed what was known as the Extension Consultants and the programs that you're using today. And initially they were called the Ross's Rangers, because whenever I was council chairman, I told my council that I would assist them in organizing, I said, I will organize as many clubs as you'll take care of. And so that year in Texas, we organized 68 clubs. And I would go from district to district, stay in their homes, and then we would find locations. Start with, as council chairman, I gave them a map. And I said, mark every town in your district that has a club. Then I said, now with a different color, mark the towns that don't have clubs. And of course, there were many, many. Also, we would go into communities that had clubs and organize second, third, and fourth, and sometimes fifth clubs within those. There has become in our association a tendency of saying, this is our town, no more clubs. Okay? The board, in their wisdom, said that you don't own your town. So therefore, you cannot hold 1 million people hostage because you have one club. And so then we were able to start going into communities, and there were some communities we would go into, and their clubs would fuss. And so I said, okay, how many members? They said, you're getting our members. I said, how many members do you want? 10. I said, if I get you 10 members, then you'll help me organize the club. Sure. So I would go out and recruit them 10 members and take to the club. And then they would allow us, without fuss, organize clubs in their communities. Why clubs? Why more clubs? More hands to serve. More purposes and more reasons. See, one club may have this as their project. What they're excited about, they want to do this. Other clubs, it's this. And so in towns, you can have more than one club that have a reason or a purpose, a direction they want to go. Some people can't meet at night. Some can't meet at lunch. Some can't meet for breakfast. So you can have a club that way. Or many clubs in town. Also, I discussed the paradigm shift as president. I wanted you to think about a club differently. What if you had, let's say, a large club in a town of 200,000? Okay, over here at a hospital, you would have a branch of that club. Notice what I said? A branch of that club. This is a particular project of the club. Let's say you had another over here, more and more and more. That way, you would have a club that was large enough. If y'all could step out in the hall for a moment, we can talk, we can hear a lot better. Could y'all step out in the hall?
Yeah, hello?
Could y'all step out in the hall? No. You can leave the door open if y'all will go in the hall and talk. Thank you. That way you could have one club that have many committees. That way it would not detract from what anything is going on. You can work together. See, you're thinking about it differently. We were talking about cyber clubs. Cyber clubs, again, it's not your conventional way of thinking, but it is a way that more people can be a part of service. See, the traditional club was a group of men that came together, met, did projects. Initially, it was not the projects that held them together as much as it was the camaraderie. Now, in the last several years, we have moved over and have become a service club organization. Service is the driving force, as much as a camaraderie. But in the very beginning, they didn't have very many projects. Even in some parts of the country, the Lions Club was a Chamber of Commerce. Lubbock, Texas. They sent out 70 postcards, 69 men came, and they joined. The first project was a Chamber of Commerce. Today, it's a club of over 400 people. But it's what they're doing. They have projects all over. They have a big project. Now, I'm not saying that a club needs to be that large. Some are not. But again, that's how that they're working. But again, a club can be of whatever size it does because it needs to meet the needs of the members. We join to have our needs met. It may be the social. It may be the feeling of being a part. It may be the seeing something's accomplished. It may be that feel-good feeling or whatever it is. And when you're organizing a club, you must understand that the new members coming into the club must have their needs met. When their needs are met, they will stay. They will stay. Always remember that. They say shut the back door. No. Meet their needs and they'll stay. I've used this example many times. On one of our ranches, we do not trap and bring in the game birds quail. If we want more quail, we develop the environment. We develop the environment where they will come and stay and grow. Remember that whenever you're talking about Lions Club members. Because when that environment is there, they will stay. You want new members. The question is why? What is with new members? Do you want new members to fill the role? No. They must have a reason or a purpose. When you bring them in for a reason or a purpose, they are going to want to stay. So it's very difficult. Sometimes we will bring in a bunch of people and we'll let them sit over the station, over the corner and not do anything with them. Or, you see that there's been a discussion, get them involved. I left out one word. Get them emotionally involved. See, they want to give the job of secretary or head of the committee. And then they go down and smoke. They're defeated. Never, ever, ever put anyone in a position